How did Friday go?
Hello and welcome into East Lansing. Joe Brennan alongside Nick Abel. We've got a fun matchup on our hands today. Second game of the Michigan road trip. Nick, Friday, Hoosiers took down Western Michigan in a tight one that wasn't expected to be that close. Indiana able to escape 10-7 after holding Western Michigan scoreless in the fourth.
Yeah, whenever you can hold a team scoreless late in a game, we've seen the Hoosiers play a lot of tight games and have to battle in the fourth. You're going to win a lot of games, and they've done it, and they've showed some poise and they've been able to take home good W's and hard-fought W's a lot of times this year. Hopefully we'll have another great game today.
Indiana now sitting at 4-3 on this season, would like to stay over that 500 mark. Still 3 games left in the season. This would be a big one. Michigan State, on the other hand, right now sitting at 1-3. Nick, we haven't seen a whole lot of them. Indiana hasn't seen a whole lot of them. Not any tape on Michigan State. So we're going in blind on this one. Do you have any expectations of what we're going to see?
I mean, if their field is any, any sort of indication of how good the program is, then they could be pretty good. This is a beautiful compound they have here. A couple fields, some women's games going on. They even brought out Sparty, the mascot, today. I'm impressed with that. So hopefully it should be fun. And if the Hoosiers can start off hot against a team they don't know a lot about, it could be good for the rest of the game.
Opening face-off just about 20 minutes away. We'll be right back for it. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Hoosier Lax TV. Hello and welcome into East Lansing. Joe Brennan alongside Nick Abel. As you can hear the train going by, we are underway here. Hoosiers taking on the Spartans.
It's a great day for some lacrosse here in East Lansing. The Hoosiers have an opportunity to play their second game of the weekend, looking to get another victory.
Certainly some warmer weather than we're accustomed to, but finally that time of the year as the Spartans work it around. Bickford tosses it up top to Rappin. Rappin working on Fitzpatrick. He'll take him down the right alley, gets his hand free, lets it fire, sails over the top pipe, but the Spartans are back to recover it. It's Bickford there to scoop it up. Bickford tosses it up top. Now Shaban will give it a go. Down the right alley, to the inside, no good. Loose ball scooped up by the Hoosiers. And Kenny will start the clear.
Good defensive stand there from this Hoosiers team. Now they have to transition offense, but they lose the ball there.
Loose ball picked up by Trumbull. Trumbull puts a shot on net, but saved by the keeper.
Bonner with his first save right there.
Bonner, the 6'3" junior out of Ann Arbor, as the whistle blows and we'll have it going the other way. Whipple brings it across the line for the Hoosiers. Indiana slowing things down as they get a new group of midfielders out there.
First three offensive possession for the Hoosiers. Got a shot in transition last time down.
That's typically where they make their money, Nick. I mean, we've seen improvement from that fast and slow break this year, but really get a lot of their offense going in that half-field set. Here's Kravats coming across the middle. A bounce shot deflected and saved by Bonner, able to get in front of that one.
That's a good look right there for the Hoosiers. You're going to want to shoot from that area of the field. Just a better save by Bonner.
Spartans able to clear it and get it across. It's Shaban getting it inside the box and slowing things down. Senior day here today for the Spartans. Shaban's parents unfortunately could not make it, but he got to walk out with Sparty as that shot is deflected, hits the turf, bounces up, and the Hoosiers pick it up. Now here's the long pole. Barton working his way. He'll try a shot on net. No good once again, saved by Bonner. Barton got a goal in the last game. Coast to coast, took it all the way against the Broncos. Tried to recreate a little bit of the magic right there.
And from the long pole, really not a bad shot. Bonner's made two nice saves on two bounce shots.
And I think it's important, if you're a long pole, you're wise to put that one on the turf. Up top is Rappin. Takes him left. Decides to toss it underneath to X. They'll look over across the middle, and what a save still. Spartans able to recover it. Another opportunity here. Nice feed, but couldn't get it to connect. Pass was a little too far outside, but the Spartans able to calmly recover and give it another go.
Couple really good chances right in a row for the Spartans.
Coleman was stuffed there. Great defense by Indiana, but once again, loose ball ends up in green and white. Spin move by Rappin to the inside, bounce shot tipped up, and once again back with the Spartans. Hoosiers struggling to get off the field. Whistle blows, trip call on the Hoosiers, and Hamilton will pick it up for Michigan State.
Kenny had a really good opportunity to corral the rebound and allow for the Hoosiers to break into transition. Would have liked to have that one back.
Early in this game, Spartans dominating time of possession as an errant pass is recovered by Hamilton. To the inside once again, loose ball. Pole runs up, scoops it up, and that's a there and back. Stouffer tosses that one down. And Fortner will control it for the Hoosiers.
The Hoosiers were lucky to get out of that defensive possession without giving up a goal. A couple looks right in the middle of the field for the Spartans. Just a couple passes that went errant and allowed for some ground balls for the Hoosiers defense to recover. And now, let's see if they can get on the board.
Once again, no Donk, no Frey for this Hoosier attack line. They've got Robinson and Fortner down there in place. Did a solid job in the last matchup against the Broncos as Krumzik drives inside, draws another defender, looks to get rid of it. Trying to find some help. He's got Hawkins. Gets to the inside, lets it fire. Off target, rolls out of bounds. Hoosiers hang on, 9:20 to go here in the first quarter. Robinson takes it from X. Looking for someone to feed. Finds Krumzik coming across the middle. That one no good. Once again, Hoosiers hang on. They'll let Kravats give it a go. Once again, saved by Bonner.
You're going to want to think these Hoosiers attackmen are going to start to change it up. A lot of low shots so far, and Bonner's been up to the challenge, making 3 saves already.
$1 million move, but a 10-cent finish. Lost his footing, but able to recover after the nice spin move. I believe they'll call it a legal substitution on the Spartans, which will give it right back to Indiana. Robinson will slow things down on the far sideline.
Indiana just needs to keep working the ball quickly. They had a couple looks in the middle of the field, but Bonner has made a couple nice saves so far. If they can keep getting quick shots, I think it's going to prove well and be successful today.
A seal between those pipes early. No goals 7 minutes into this ball game. They'll try it from the top of the box. Krumzik, pick and pop back to Trumbull. Trumbull drives in with the right, swings over to Hawkins, steps down, fires, stick save by Bonner.
That's a great spot to shoot the ball. Quick catch and shoot, but again, Bonner with yet another save.
A nice clear from Bonner, finds his man cutting across the middle, Murphy. And he'll slow it down as he's met on the half-field line all the way out by Gavin Miller. Hamilton works it back around. Beelan. Murphy takes it in with the left hand, but a nice check flips that. Got under his hands there, had that pass or shot sail rather.
On-ball defense looking really good right now for the Hoosiers, getting sticks in the way, deflecting shots left and right.
Talk about a stick in the way. Miller gets his stick in the lane and able to pick that pass off. Nice defensive play from the Hoosiers, and now they're out in transition. Whipple working his way down the field. Offsides call on the Hoosiers, a little bit of miscommunication. They were hollering, no, we're not, no, we're not, but clearly had 7 men on the wrong side of the field.
Been a defensive showdown so far. No goals yet for either side. Great defensive positioning from both teams. Not a lot of fireworks in this one.
Coleman swings that one over to Rappin, but scooped up by the Hoosiers. Stouffer with the loose ball. Kicks over to Robinson. Now the Hoosiers working in transition. It's the long pole trying to take it all the way. Underneath to Trumbull, but pass can't be connected with. Couldn't reel that one in. And now the Spartans will try and clear.
That was a good look. He had him right on the doorstep. If he was able to get that pass, we might have seen our first goal. But again, a nice defensive play. But the ride from the Hoosiers is too much.
Couldn't get there in time, and that'll cost them. Now the Hoosiers will give it a shot and gets it in the back of the net. Fortner steps down and puts it between the pipes. Hoosiers get on the board first early.
The freshman in transition, able to take advantage of the numbers and put the first goal in of the afternoon.
All set up by that Michigan State turnover. Finally, some defense turns into offense. Here's the draw at midfield. Battle for it and scooped up by Dexheimer. He's had a spectacular season so far as he's tripped up, no whistle, and the Spartans able to pick it up.
It's really unfortunate because Dexheimer had all the middies beat and would have had numbers. Unfortunately, kicked over his own feet there.
He did all right. I think he had 2 goals, maybe. He didn't really break out.
Good looking shot. Had a lot of heat on it. Would not be surprised if we see the ball more in Shabbat's hands.
Great defense there by the Hoosiers. That's Gus Callis, the veteran leader on that defensive unit.
Just when the Hoosiers looked like they were going to convert defense to offense, a misstep on the pass gives the Spartans the ball right back.
A slow tempo so far today for this Spartan offense. As Murphy drives in with a left. To the inside. I wish I could tell you what happened, but the photographer's right in front of me, Nick. Any chance you got the angle?
Yeah, Kenny looked like it just barely slipped by him. Thought he was going to have that one. Unfortunate for the Hoosiers to give up their first goal like that.
Kenny between the pipes all day long today. He's been splitting time with Regan. Regan unfortunately could not make the trip up to Michigan, so it's been all Patrick Kenny this weekend. That's really the first miscue we've seen him make.
He's really been solid all year too for this Hoosiers team. It's been pretty seamless transitioning between both goalies.
As that one bounces off the stick of Bernard, and Indiana will take over once again. Kenny will walk it up. Directing traffic. Finds Stouffer.
One of Kenny's best qualities as a goalkeeper is his ability to be unafraid when he's clearing the ball. He'll get way out of his cage to make the life easier for his middies.
It's Kravats. Driving down the left alley, rolls back, hits Trumbull at the top of the box. Bounce shot, no good, saved by Bonner. Able to get in front of that one. And here come the Spartans, weaving his way through traffic and into the box. Skarogi, pardon me. Swings over to Rezanka. Whistle blows and
I believe there was a problem with the shot clock. So they're going to reset it.
Driving inside, levels his defender. And still, Kenny able to get in front of it. That was a bull rush from the Spartans. Now here comes Kravats.
This has been an aggressive game so far, especially on the defensive side. That time, the offensive player for the Spartans laying into his man.
Trumbull will give it a try. Driving down the right alley, trying to mimic the bull rush. Bounce shot, deflected, batted around, and scooped up by the Spartans. Pass went too wide. Barton able to scoop it up. Finds Krumzik. And Krumzik able to get it back in the Hoosiers' offensive zone. Under a minute to go here in the first, still knotted at 1 apiece. It's been a defensive affair. Indiana will look to hold for the last shot.
Could be a big possession for momentum if you can go into the break with a lead and a goal. That would be a great way to end the first quarter.
Nice play design there. Gave Kravats gave Krumzik the ISO, drew another defender and tried to dump it off to Hawkins. Couldn't connect on the pass. And here comes the Spartans. 15 seconds to go. Hamilton working underneath X. Tries to wrap around. Nice weak side help from Barton. Able to jar that one loose. There's a scramble for the ball. Whistle blows. And a hold on Indiana will give Michigan State the ball back with 3.5. Just lets one fire. That one sails wide. And at the end of the first, we're knotted up at 1 apiece.
That's a pretty good first quarter for if you're a fan of defense, not so much on the offensive side. Some miscues on both sides, especially transitioning from defense to offense. But we'll go to the break, all even.
And we welcome you back into East Lansing. Second quarter starts with a false start, or a don't know what you call that. False start on Michigan State. 5-yard penalty. Hoosiers take over.
That's not sure where that was, but the Hoosiers will take it.
His hands just moved a little early. I forget the call, if I'm being completely honest. Regardless, Hoosiers ball. Krumzik working on a shorty. Tosses over to Trumbull. Gets the switch that they were looking for. Trumbull across the middle. That one's wide. Indiana hangs on.
You're going to want to see Trumbull and Krumzik really get involved. You're lacking a little bit of depth from the attacking position. There's been not the best communication, and the ebb and flow just is not the same right now for this Hoosiers offense that we're used to. Hopefully they can pick it up here in the second.
Krumzik weaves his way to the inside and gets one to fall. What a move there by Krumzik. Slices his way through 2 defenders and adds another one on the scoreboard.
You're going to need that play from Krumzik, an upperclassman, the junior, able to make the best move of the day so far and get a goal to start this second quarter.
He's been electrifying for this Hoosiers team at that midfield line. Early movement once again by Ruix. And Dexheimer wins another draw.
He's been great from the dot today. It's going to be essential to getting this victory if you are the Hoosiers.
It's Fortner working his way around the crease. Loses the handle. Hoosiers scoop it right back up. They had a man on the doorstep, but Gilbert couldn't reel that one in. They'll try and feed Robinson on the inside. Couldn't get that one.
Both good-looking feeds. Unfortunately, Michigan State put enough pressure on to defend well.
Spartans able to clear it with ease. I mean, this Indiana ride looked phenomenal at the start of the season, and a big part of that was Donk and Frey. You take those 2 guys out of the equation, you still get a lot of production out of your offense, but in terms of that ride, not like it used to be. On the inside, shot from Shaban, high stick side save from Kenny, and here come the Hoosiers. Gavin Miller working his way down, 4-on-3 break for Indiana, and Fortner will pull it out for the Hoosiers.
It looked like the Hoosiers were going to have numbers, but Michigan State did a great job getting back and holding off what it could have been a dangerous attack from IU.
Trumbull working on Beeland. Underneath to Robinson, and puts it in underneath.
Robinson just barely snuck that one in there, one-on-one with Bonner. Nothing he could do except try and hold on to that post. Unfortunately for Michigan State, he was unable to do so.
And all set up by the freshman out of Las Vegas, Trumbull, working on the first team all-conference defender in Beeland. Regardless, Hoosiers out to an early lead, 3-1. We got 12:30 to go here in the first half. We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. And we welcome you back in. Joe Brennan alongside Nick Abel. Hoosiers off to an early lead, 3-1, as they've gotten 2 to fall in this second quarter. Just 2.5 minutes in.
Yeah, the Hoosiers are clicking a little bit more on the offensive side of the field. The passes have just been that much more crisp, and it's resulted in a couple goals and an early lead here in the second quarter.
Face-off won by the Spartans, picked up by Barton. You know, we've got a Barton on each one of these teams. One's got an E at the end of it. Ours doesn't. First, I was thinking it meant baritone. It's an interesting last name. I don't know.
Yeah, not quite the instrument he's using today.
This is the in-depth analysis that you look for on our broadcast. Great defense by the Hoosiers, forcing them to work it around. Barton harassing the hands there. And whistle blows the play dead. We've got coach on the field. I have no idea what's happening right now. You know what's happening right now, man?
I am not completely sure.
I think the PA system. Oh, it's the shot clock. They got the shot clock on the PA system. Shot clock's not working. Regardless, 11.5 minutes to go. Feed to the inside, too high. And saved just before it reached that far sideline. And another whistle.
There's another good pass inside, or what would have been a good look. Pass just goes too high for Michigan State. Haven't been able to find anything on offense today.
We've got a Spartan down on the turf. Looks to be a little shaken up after that last play. It's Noah Luck, sophomore attackman. And as we get the trainer on, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back in as play resumes here in East Lansing. Wrapping underneath. Ball batted around. And there's a scrum for it. On the goal line extended. Now kick back to X. And last touched by the Hoosiers. Spartans will hang on. Up to the top of the box. Working across the middle. Shot deflected. Kenny tries to dive on top of it, but it's kicked out. Stouffer able to scoop it up. Reverses the field, finds Callis. And gives it up to his keeper in Kenny.
Big hit on the end of that play as well after he got the shot away. This Indiana Hoosier team is putting the paint on right now defensively. And nearly cost a turnover by Bonner.
Bonner tries to feed his defenseman. Can't reel the pass in, but able to scoop up the ground ball just in time.
Left in this first half, and it's been a long drought on offense for Michigan State. One goal coming way back in the early goings of the first quarter. It's their lone goal on the day.
Here comes Foster. Swings underneath to X, but that pass sails on him as he was trying to find his man underneath, and Rozanka. Indiana will take over once again. This Michigan State offense just not seem to be on the same page so far today, Nick.
Just a bit high on that one as he threw it way over the head of his attacker X. And that's just kind of been the story for Michigan State. It's been easy passes that they have not been able to complete. And then the Indiana defense has looked amazing and has just been in clear communication all day long.
I mean, to win games, it's really all about ground balls and limiting turnovers. So far today, Indiana has really won both of those categories. As they look underneath, Robinson throws a sidearm, but it goes just too wide. Thought he could get it in between the legs of Bonner. And the Spartans back to recover it.
It's not a bad look there in a game that only has four goals between the two teams. Just getting a bunch of shots on isn't a bad idea.
And once again, another turnover by the Spartans. On that last goal by Robinson, I like the feed, I like the finish. I mean, I like the look, rather. But in that position, you fall in love with the sidearm when you really just got to take it high-low. As a big hit is delivered by Rozanka. Hoosiers bounce off of it. And Robinson has it at the top of the box. Robinson rolls it over to Hawkins.
Michigan State coming way out to defend. Not letting the Hoosiers set up.
And here comes Gilbert. Feeds it over to Hawkins. Hawkins comes across the top, split dodge down low, tries to feed Robinson on the inside, and the Hoosiers turn it over. Scooped up by Barton. Barton working on Trumbull, able to get free. Flag goes down, they'll call a slash on Trumbull as he shrugs his shoulders and drops his head. And really? I just got him on the arm.
First flag we've seen fly today. It's been a pretty clean game, although it has been fairly physical. Could be an opportunity for Michigan State to kickstart their offense.
That's the kind of lacrosse I love, Nick. I love a physical brand of lacrosse. I mean, it's a contact sport for a reason.
I see a lot of that in this club lacrosse. Good physicality, some heavy hitters on both sides.
Whistle blows. Believe it's an illegal screen. I thought I heard a legal screen, but it seems that the Spartans are hanging on to it. No, okay. The slash will now go into effect on Trumbull. The Hoosiers forced to go man down for their first time today. Indiana only went man down twice in their most recent game against Western Michigan, really starting to clean up those penalties as they work it around. Nice look and a nice finish as Hamilton is able to put it in on the doorstep.
Exactly what Michigan State wanted and needed. Now cuts the deficit to 1. Right on the doorstep, Hamilton just banging that one home. Nothing Kenny could do.
1, 2, 3, tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to call it. But ball movement leading to a wide open opportunity there for the Spartans. And that's really been their Achilles heel so far today, just struggling to connect on passes. But they're a man up and able to put a bow on it. 3-2, Indiana still leads. 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Face-off won by Ruiz, giving Dexheimer a run for his money today.
A little bit of a pop in the step of the Michigan State squad after they get their first goal of the second quarter. An opportunity to capitalize on some momentum here.
Across the middle is Barton. They'll go underneath. Scroggie to the inside. Rapone eyes it, tries it, buys it. Nice feed and a nice finish as the Spartans able to tie it up.
And quick hands there. Found some space off the screen. And I didn't even see that thing hit his stick before he fired it on net.
Quick stick, baby. It's a game of runs, and here the Spartans have found a way back in this ball game and tied it up. I'm a big fan of feeding it from X. You can just see the whole field as Rio wins another draw. Oh, if he could pick it up. Had it for a moment, lost it. Now there's a scrum at midfield. And picked up by the long pole. The LSM Clemens able to pick up the ground ball. Works it into the box, has two Hoosiers on him. And a smart timeout called by the Spartans. We've got a ball game, folks. 3-3, 6 minutes to go in the first. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back in. We got a tie ball game, 3-3, 6 minutes to go in the second. Spartans currently on a 2-0 run.
Got the first one in the man-up situation, and then a nice, beautiful cut. And an easy goal on their last possession, so they're catching fire at the right time.
That's why I say I want to see him this year. He came and played with, one of Mike's tonight.
Scroggie trying to find some room to get it off.
He's also got big.
Finds Hamilton. Tough defense here by the Hoosiers, harassing the attackmen. No room to breathe. Neeson looking for something, working on R.C. Baldwin. You talk about a physical game. That's a physical player. R.C. Baldwin, known for his big hits. As Shaban spins his way to the inside. Gets behind the pipes. They work it around, throw it up top. Missed opportunity there for the Spartans. As right on cue, there's a pile of people right around Baldwin. And Indiana ends up with it.
Bodies hit the floor when he's around. Uh-oh, costly mistake there.
Stouffer was wide open, just didn't get his head around, and the Spartans able to take it right back.
After such a good defensive effort, too. You thought the Hoosiers were going to get their first offensive set in a couple of minutes, but it's coming back this way.
Hamilton working for Max on Baldwin. Gives it up. Barton Bounce shot hits the top iron on the bounce. And a nice kick there by Barton, but just rolls out of bounds. And Rappin takes it from midfield. Hamilton gives it up to Rappin. And Kenny comes up with it.
It's a pretty athletic save there from Kenny. Now he's got it clear.
Pretty athletic guy. We had Donk on the broadcast on Friday. He was saying Kenny might be one of the faster guys on this team. Nice. As a hit jars that one free from Whipple, and the Spartans force the turnover. They've got numbers here in transition. They decide to slow it up.
IU has struggled in the last couple of minutes, not only to make some stops, but then even when they do, they've been coughing it up in the middle of the field, not allowing their attackers to get any work in right now.
Ball sails on them. A fight for it at midfield. They'll just leave it, lay it down for them. Here's Coleman. Drives inside, rolls back, and met by a host of Hoosiers. Callis tries to get a stick in the passing lane as that pass goes wide, and that'll be over and back, Indiana ball. Fortner was off to the races. Referee had him on a leash, brought him right back. And Kravats will take it up for Indiana. They're giving Hawkins the left lane. We'll see if he takes it. Hesitates, kicks it right back up to Krumzik, who's got a lot of grass in front of him. Inside to Robinson, ball tipped up by the defenseman, and Bonner able to clamp it down.
Not a bad idea. That's a long pass to make with a lot of defenders in front of you, though. And now Michigan State is going to take it right back.
They've got Trumbull now playing midfield. Got caught up chasing that after that loose ball. And Miller comes up with it as he is leveled.
That's a bone-crushing hit right there. And now Michigan State with numbers.
A wide open man on the doorstep. Able to scoop it up. Miscommunication from Indiana will cost them, as that one was put in by Rezanka.
Kenny throws his hands up in disgust at his defense for not being able to talk that one out and allowing a wide open Spartan to have a great opportunity to give them the lead, and that's exactly what they do.
I mean, that was mayhem from the start. You have Trumbull chasing after a loose ball, can't get there in time, decides to stay on defense and keep Krumzik back. Then Miller gets blown up and decides to run off to the box. You got 4-on-6 and just wide open from 5 yards. I think you could put that in the back of the net, Nick. Regardless, a timeout. We'll take a breather. We'll be right back. We got a minute 30 to go here in the first half. And we welcome you back in. Michigan State puts one in the back of the net and takes their first lead of the day as Rio wins the draw but can't convert on the pass. Now there's a scramble for it at midfield and scooped up by the Spartans. But they turn it right back over. Robinson there to pick it up for Indiana. 1:06 to go, shot clock turned off.
That was great effort from Robinson, defending there in the middle of the field, put his stick in the way and did not allow Michigan State to get their offense on for one last time before the end of the first half.
Robinson takes it from X, tries to get the wraparound. Nice defense there from Hendricks, able to get his stick in between. As the train comes right back. And here's Kravats, weaving his way inside. We'll give it up to Trumbull. Hawkins spins, works his way, bounce shot, saved by Bonner.
Last seconds of this one, IU only 5 seconds to get a shot off.
5 seconds, 3, 2, Trumbull. No good, was just wide on that one. And the Hoosiers will go into the break down by 1. Nick, what have you seen so far?
It's been a game of runs. It started with IU as they put in 2 back-to-back goals to give them a 2-goal lead. And then for the last 10 minutes of this one, it's been all green and white as Michigan State got some momentum, put a couple in the back of the net, and now they're up by 1 as we head to the half, and the train sounds us off.
We'll see what Stouffer and the Hoosiers have for us in this second half. You're listening to Hoosier Lax TV.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half here in East Lansing. The Hoosiers, after getting the early lead, start down by 1. 4-3 is our score. I'm Nick Abel alongside Joe Brennan. Joe, what happened in these last 10 minutes of the first half that allowed Michigan State to get 3 straight goals and take the lead for the first time this afternoon?
Seems like their offense just finally got in the right rhythm. They were able to get in that man-up situation after the penalty by Trumbull, and that seemed to be the spark that ignited the fire. They were able to get their passes together, less turnovers, and Indiana now in a position where they need to respond.
Shaban with it here for Michigan State. Coming from X, looking for cutters inside, and it's a quick one to start the second half. Coleman is the one who banged it home.
They left the 6'4" senior wide open on the doorstep. I mean, just a miscommunication from the Indiana defense. Michigan State is doing a terrific job of feeding it from X. You just have a great vision of the field in front of you. Backdoor cuts wide open all day.
Michigan State takes it once more as they increase their lead to 2, 5-3 now.
Rio's given Dexheimer more trouble than he's had all season long.
It's been a big part of the momentum Michigan State has right now. Their time of possession has been dominant of late. Shaban taking it up. Moving it to Scroggie. Inside shot. Goes wide. Another really good look for Michigan State.
If he had pulled that one on, that would have been spectacular. Behind the back.
Trying to cut inside. Gets around Callis.
Callis went for the can opener there.
Good defensive stand from the Hoosiers. And once again, Michigan State working from X. Nothing doing that time. Are forced all the way back out. And a shot goes wide. As Rapun tried to get another goal for this Michigan State team. He was an honorable mention All-American in 2022. But that time unable to take that one home.
Spartans were back to recover it, but with that shot clock weaning, they just roll it back for Indiana and get back on defense. Here they find Whipple.
And the speedy Whipple takes it over into the offensive side of the field for the Hoosiers. Krumzik starting it up. IU needs to respond. They have been shut down in the last couple of minutes and have not had the ball yet in the second half. Working down low is Robinson. All the way back up. Krumzik taking his time, surveying his options. Can't decide what to do with it, so he just holds on. Stagnant looking offense right now from IU. Shot clock winding down. Shot from way outside. Save made.
I mean, a nice save, but a nice heads-up shot there from Trumbull. Even if you can't put it in from 20 yards out, you still get a fresh 80.
And ball flicked away from Robinson. Now there's a ground ball. Michigan State comes up with it.
They're clicking right now. Great defense there, gets the can opener and pokes that one free.
Bonner with a nice pass.
And Trumbull's stick just snapped in half.
Now, Michigan State trying to take advantage of the opportunity. Moving quickly, but a great recovery from IU. And now they will slow it all the way down. Easton up top. Driving down the right alley. Moves it behind the net. Scroggie coming from X and gets a shot. Kenny had to try some heroics, but was unable to make the save.
A 5-0 run right now from the Spartans. Indiana needs to figure something out. I mean, just great offense, great defense. They're clicking right now on Senior Day. Indiana, though, very comfortable from coming from behind. They've had a lot of games so far this year where they've had to face adversity and climb themselves out of that hole. One that comes to mind is that West Virginia game. Didn't get the victory, but came back from down 7 to send it to overtime.
And another win from Rio on the face-off circle gives Michigan State another possession. Spartans getting the right personnel on. Just moving it up top, it's Mitchell now. Back down behind the cage. A lot of ball movement from Michigan State. Now they look to attack. Murphy spins inside, shot. Save made by Kenny, and he corrals the rebound. But then he just launches it too far. And a big hit that time, as Stouffer got rocked. Whistles all over the place.
A free clear for Indiana. They rocked Kenny on the pass. Can't hit the goaltender like that. And Indiana catches a break.
Might be the break the Hoosiers need to kickstart their offense. Hawkins with it up top. And moving it over. Back to Hawkins. Down low to Robinson. Working from X, spins. Forced right back out. Hoosiers restart. Shot from the wing, and that one goes way out of bounds. Michigan State wins the race, and Bonner is ecstatic that his defense put in the work to be the closest one there.
Yeah, he's pumped up. That was all him. Able to step down, win the possession arrow. Tough break once again for Indiana. I honestly don't know if I agree with that call, Nick. It might have been closer to the baseline, but it's always who's closer to the ball. Hawkins, right where it went out, he was visibly upset.
Now Michigan State, after they got the call, will clear. Able to move it over and start their possession. Coleman working on Whipple. Moves it down low. Gets a screen into the middle. Good pass and a shot. A great opportunity there. Catches the post. And Michigan State attackers swarming the ball. Allow them to win it right back. But now the ground ball is loose.
Someone's just got to kick it out of there, Nick.
Finally picked up by Baldwin. And holding call against Michigan State. It's going to give the Hoosiers some breathing room. Whipple cutting. Looking for options. Kravats takes it. There to Fortner. And now back up top to Krumsick. Looking for a cutter in the middle. Chance there, and it was a good look for Robinson. Unable to put it on net. And more troubles for this Hoosiers offense. And now Michigan State coming the other way. Man on the doorstep. Oh, and somehow he gets it to roll in. Wow, that was an unlucky bounce there for the Hoosiers as Michigan State tacks on another one.
Turns into a 6-0 run. Indiana's scoreless since 12:30 in the second quarter. I mean, that's a bad break, especially when you got Kenny right there trying to poke the skip pass out of the air. But, I mean, it's all set up just because there's no defender right there. You get lost in no man's land, no help whatsoever, and you give up a costly goal.
And the Hoosiers just seem lost in all angles of the field right now as yet another face-off win for Rio and the Spartans. Here comes Michigan State once more, trying to add on to their already sizable lead. Just over 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Pass into the middle, an athletic catch, but forced all the way back out. Brzanka trying to make a highlight play there. But falling over as he tries to make the pass, and it's pushed right up.
Nice heads-up play there from Fitzpatrick. Kicks it free, and the Hoosiers able to get possession.
And then right back down to Fitzpatrick, driving on net. Cutting in the middle, Robinson. Great save from Bonner.
There has been a brick wall between those pipes. They cannot seem to find the hole.
Oh my, what a hit. Stouffer. Now Trumbull driving, and a great save once more from Bonner. He is fired up. And a flag as well as Michigan State working quickly. They're going to get a man-up situation the next time we get a stoppage. Hamilton passing. Rapone shot. And a save made.
It's a big save by Kenny. You can kind of feel he needs to get that confidence back in his game. Stick side high will always do that for you.
But not quite out of the danger zone yet, as the Hoosiers will go a man down for the second time today. The Spartans were successful in their first attempt, And that was the goal that kick-started Michigan State, their first goal of this 6-0 run. Bickford to start. And Robinson will have 2 minutes of penalty time. Good stick there. Chabon picks it right back up. Michigan State shot. Murphy trying to capitalize.
Some nice commentary there from Barton. Was screaming, "They're holding me, sir. They're holding me, sir."
And that shot hits the side of the cage. I believe there was a hole in the side of the net. It was quite clearly not a goal, but somehow a ball ended up in the net. But a great clearance there by IU. Get it out of danger and a chance right on the doorstep. Another save made. Trumbull just kind of flicked it on. Bonner stays strong. And a timeout called by the Spartans. 3:14 left in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. Welcome back to Hoosiers Lax TV. I'm Nick Abel alongside Joe Brennan. And Joe, it's been a 6-0 run over about the last 15 or so minutes. It's been a dominant third quarter for Michigan State. What does IU got to do to get back in it?
They just look discombobulated right now on both ends. They're leaving men wide open on defense and on offense. The shots just aren't falling. A lot of just stick side high shots, no fakes. I mean, you got to give credit to Bonner. He's doing a great job between the pipes. But at the end of the day, you got to do something.
And another goal there as Robinson was still in the penalty box and unreleasable. 45 seconds remain on his 2-minute penalty. And Michigan State taking advantage after the timeout. 8-3 now is our score.
Going into this fourth quarter, if you're Indiana, you'd love to be down 4-3. You got to get a couple quick ones here. You want to be back in this ball game. now we're back to full strength for the Hoosiers.
And yet another face-off win. And a quick shot from Ryu as he just won it cleanly and took it himself. A bounce shot that got some distance on it. Just arching over Kenny, making it 9-3.
I mean, you can just see the difference maker that it has when you have a guy that can consistently win you faceoffs. Rio has had Finn Dexheimer's number today. That has been a huge advantage for Indiana all season long, where they can rely on their Fogo. But today, not the case whatsoever, and they're going to try Gavin Miller now for the draw. You don't always see a long pole trying to do a face-off.
And
Miller loses it.
Doesn't work. Now Rio moving quickly. Numbers for Michigan State. And a great opportunity for Scroggie right in the middle, but the pass was just too far. And it rolls out of bounds.
Another man-down situation for the Hoosiers there. Got caught with a penalty in transition. Their third man-down situation of the day. Michigan State able to convert on the previous two.
Everything going right for the Spartans right now on their home turf. Whipple will be stuck in the box for 30 seconds. Another chance for Michigan State to increase their already sizable lead. And a shot low, save made by Kenny.
That's a big one for the Hoosiers. You really need to come up with a stop on this man-down situation. They'll try and milk this clock as much as they can.
And you mentioned he's got wheels, and he uses them there and just launches it. Finds Robinson, but he is hit. And Hendricks was the one who took him down. Now Bickford back to even strength. Boone. Cutting, passing, shooting. What a shot from an awkward angle from Bickford.
Right now it seems like their on-ball defense is doing a fantastic job, but it's off-ball where their problems lie. You have cutters going backdoor wide open time and time again. Indiana really needs to clean things up. And Michigan State doing a fantastic job of taking advantage of this lackadaisical off-ball defense.
The lack of defensive stops is killing the Hoosiers right now, as is the face-off circle. Going back to Dexheimer, who loses it again. But then a good stick. Barton allows the Hoosiers to pick it back up. Kenny launches one. Great pass to find Fortner. We'll now slow it down with just a minute to go in the third quarter. Hoosiers trail by 7. Hawkins gets his screen, and then a deflection on the pass is going to knock it out of bounds. IU retains possession. Robinson. Loses the ball, but Michigan State was the last one to tip it. So just 27 seconds to go. IU with the ball.
They're going to reset that game clock to about 35 seconds. It ticked a little far down after the ball had rolled out of play. I mean, it has been a tough third quarter for Indiana. They've been outscored 6-0 here in just the third. Very uncharacteristic of this Indiana offense and defense. And this is not something we're used to seeing.
Not used to seeing this at all. Uncharacteristic, as you mentioned. They have a chance to maybe get some momentum going into the fourth if they can score one here. And a shot there from Trumbull deflects out. So now just 19 seconds left to go. Hawkins getting the screen. Trying to pass to Trumbull. That one's knocked away. But then Nordland could not pick up the loose ball. So IU with under 10. 5 now on the clock. Hawkins spinning. Shooting, and he gets a shot away. What a goal.
With .7 left, Hawkins puts it up with one hand on this stick and able to find the top corner.
And that thing caught every bit of that corner. No room to spare, just putting it between the pipes. A fantastic goal from an awkward position from the junior.
And finally, Indiana ends this drought, gets their first goal of the third quarter. .7 left, got the draw, and that's about it. Not much you can do with it.
And that will do it for the third. We'll take a quick break before we have the last quarter action. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back for this last quarter of action here in East Lansing, as Michigan State had a dominant third quarter, putting on 6 goals and only allowing 1. I'm Nick Cable alongside Joe Brennan. Joe, IU has to dig themselves out of a tough hole. What needs to happen for the Hoosiers if they want to make this one close?
Well, first off, they got to find a way to score 6 goals in a quarter, Nick, which is going to be tricky, but we know it's possible because we just saw the Spartans do it. They need to start controlling the ball, winning possessions. They're losing every single face-off. They're turning it over at midfield whenever they get it clear. It's just sloppy offense right now and sloppy defense.
And another quick goal there from Shaban, tacking on yet another one. 11-4.
Just when you think that Hawkins goal at the end of the third is a sign of momentum in the right direction, Spartans respond quickly, just 30 seconds into this quarter, and it all starts with winning the faceoff. I mean, Hoosiers have had such an advantage this season, having Dexheimer win about 70-75% of his faceoffs, and Rio has just completely shut him down today. It hasn't been just him. They're trying a whole handful of people. Seems like no one can beat Rio.
And he wins yet another face-off. Ground ball now. Michigan State picks it up. Quickly moving, shot wide for Rozanka.
I mean, it takes them 15 seconds, and they've got another fantastic look. I wouldn't have been surprised if he had put that one behind Kenny. Indiana at such a disadvantage right now. I mean, first half, I would say face-offs were about 50-50. I don't know if Indiana's won one this entire second.
That's
They've
good.
had about 8 of them.
It's been a real problem spot for this Hoosiers team. You got to expect the defense to be tired as another shot goes wide that time for Neeson.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, having to play defense all day long, losing a time of possession battle, wears out your midfield. This Indiana long pole unit has done a fantastic job, but oftentimes these middies...
And yet another goal. Murphy finding a corner and placing it. (12-4) now. It's getting ugly quick. The sophomore midfielder adds on yet another goal for Michigan State on their last home game of the year and their senior day.
They've got Stouffer out there now. It was on Stouffer. Another win for Rio as he has been unblemished this half. And 2 flags fly. A lot of laundry on this field.
Weird.
Stouffer will check out, so that means man down situation for Indiana yet again.
It goes from bad to worse for this Hoosiers team. Nothing going right in this second half. Yet another man down situation.
Miller will check in place of Stouffer on the man down situation.
That's a big loss. And a quick shot from Scroby. Kenny makes his save with his feet and knocks it out of bounds. Shaban to Murphy. Back to Shaban. Back to Murphy. Quick shot. Another save. Murphy down the alley, just lost the ball. Picked right back up by Hamilton. A low bouncing shot.
I wouldn't even call that a bouncing. He just rolled it. It's like bowling.
Baseball picks up in the next week, and that was a ground ball to the shortstop.
Hoosiers baseball got a big game today, facing off against Ohio State. Fun little weekend series. Doubleheader, actually.
Feels like baseball weather today in East Lansing as the sun is out.
Nice check there from Barton, able to recover from behind after getting beat.
Scrogy just shot another low one, missing the net. A multitude of shots on this possession for Michigan State have been unable to find the back of the net. This one bounces over the cage. Picked right back up. Spinning is Shaban, who's then sworn by the Hoosiers.
And there's Fitzpatrick, the D-Midi, jumping in the pile and picking it up. He's done a fantastic job this season, filling that role Last year lost captain Jack Hanchett. Fitzpatrick has done a phenomenal job as there's looks to be a cramp on the far side of the field.
And we'll take a quick break for the injury. Under 12 minutes remain in this one. Michigan State leads by 8. IU finally gets an offensive possession as Hawkins finds Robinson. Then on the doorstep, Trumbull buries it home. All alone. The easiest goal the Hoosiers have had today.
Looks like Robinson could have put that one in himself, but decides to dump it off the extra pass. Wide open right there on the crease. Nice job from Trumbull. Indiana cuts the deficit to just 7. All they need is a touchdown, and you got a tie ball game.
Still a lot of work for this Hoosiers team. And Dexheimer loses another one to Rio, and he comes down quickly. Takes a shot, is hit at the end of it, and now a ground ball. Picked up by the Hoosiers. Streepy.
And Indiana draws the penalty. Their first of the day to go man up.
Hawkins coming in from the sideline on the substitution. Then Krumzik. Hawkins forced out. We'll restart. Rott shoots. And another save made. Oh, he took a hit at the end of that one. And is reeling in pain as we will get a quick break as the Hoosiers go a man up.
Indiana's doing a great job of beating the man up top. But they need their attackmen to start working their way up top to the top of the crease once that extra defender comes on that hot rotation. That way you can find a man down low. That's what Michigan State's been doing all day long, and it's worked to perfection.
IU starting from X.
You got to capitalize here.
Quickly moving it around the outside. Good communication from Michigan State. Good find on the doorstep, and it's another goal.
Nice job there from Hawkins. That's exactly what we were just talking about. Hawkins at the top of the box. You have a man down low just slowly creep his way up until he's got the angle, and then he's able to bury it.
Fortner cuts the deficit to 6. Couple goals in a row for the Hoosiers, trying to mount the comeback. With just over 10 minutes to play here in East Lansing. Rio wins yet another face-off, and that is tripped up
Yeah. That's an easy call.
before the flag even flies.
I mean, it was a nice check. He was able to poke the ball free before he got him to fall down, but you kind of can't do that.
Miller knew right away that he was going to be sent off for that one, without a question of a doubt. So a penalty for Miller puts the Hoosiers a man down. Now Murphy. And Michigan State looking to add on.
Nice movement there, but just couldn't hang on. Oh, a deflection actually. Wow, I thought that was going to be a turnover.
Siobhan, back to Murphy. Pass deflected.
What a move.
And then a great pickup by the Hoosiers. And here they come. A man down, and Trumbull gets another goal.
Getting a goal on man down is not what you see every day, but great job by the Hoosiers, all set up by that defensive play. Fitzpatrick able to work in transition, little 1-2-3. You do that every day in practice, maybe 100 times, working on that 4-on-3 break.
And now, just a 5-goal difference. 3 in a row for the Hoosiers.
And you'd feel like they'd have a real shot in this one as they get momentum if they could only win a faceoff.
Right on cue, they do win one, but then they lose it right away.
That's what they call a broadcaster jinx, Nick.
Whipple probably would like to have that one back. As now Michigan State can take control of it.
And Indiana now back to even numbers.
All in all, a pretty good man down for the Hoosiers. But then a ripper of a shot from Shaban goes wide. Oh, and a big hit there. Somehow, Kapunst hangs on to it. And then it comes back out. Takes a shot. And that thing had some heat on it as it just gets over Kenny's left shoulder.
Yeah, right off his ear. I mean, you could definitely hear that one whizzing by him. I think they're calling it off. Not exactly sure what the call is there.
Nope.
Goal's no good. Indiana gets the ball. We're not sure why, but we'll take it. Oh, and unsportsmanlike conduct.
Interesting. And that's a big switch right there. IU gets a goal wipe off the board. And they get the ball. Oh, nope, they give them the goal now.
Okay, that makes sense. The goal should count, and it does. And Michigan State leads by 6, Indiana ball.
Krumzik finds Hawkins. Uses the screen. Spins, is absolutely blown up, and that will be an instant flag as he was hit way up high.
The camera's still at the other end.
So another penalty.
Yeah, Hawkins just got lit up. He tried to weave his way through 2 separate defenders, got sandwiched, and got hit high. Indiana gets their second man-up situation of the day. 1 for 1 so far.
Woolwin goes off with the penalty. 2 minutes. Under 8 to go. Robinson moving it around. Krumzik over to Hawkins. And Trumbull just takes a shot that goes wide.
I like the idea there. Indiana needs to be a little bit quicker with their passes in these man-up situations. That's really the only way you can lose these defenders. You got to be careful with it, but still, you just want a little bit extra zip on it.
Passing in the middle. Doing nothing as Michigan State is able to take it away.
They read that one like a book. They saw the play coming, looked to go in the middle, and just sniffed out.
But then an ugly turnover for the Spartans gives Indiana the ball right back. Still plenty of time left on the whirlwind penalty. A minute gone. Trumbull behind the cage to Robinson. Just moving it around.
Gotta try and hit Trumbull there a little bit quicker.
Trumbull. Then a pass from Gilbert gets away from him. And an unforced error gives Michigan State the ball.
And those are the kind of miscues that can cost you a ball game. Nice job there from Trumbull.
Loose ball now with Bonner out of the cage.
What
but
a
he makes
save!
a diving save on Fortner. Unbelievable. Everybody here thought it was going to be a goal. And then we hear a yell from Bonner. At the end of that one, little Ric Flair in him there, getting the crowd pumped up. What an unbelievable save, diving like Bobby Orr.
I mean, that's been the storyline of all day long. Indiana just, when you think they have a golden opportunity to put one in the back of the net, Bonner just making spectacular play after spectacular play.
Now Shaban with it. 5:30 left to play here in East Lansing. Good move. Is knocked away. Around the screen, he's got space. Shot save made, Kenny. Gets it right back up. Another shot and a goal. Rapon gets another one on his senior day.
I mean, the rebound right there, just an easy layup for him. Kenny had tried to grab it with one hand. I mean, back-to-back goals for Rappin.
Michigan State doubling up Indiana right there.
Some fancy footwork from Isaiah as he comes to the near sideline. Reminiscent of the Manu Ginobili Euro step.
And these were the last two remaining Big Ten teams in the tournament. But Tom Izzo and Mike Woodson's basketball teams both fell in March. And Kenny way out of the cage trying to help in the ground ball department.
Isaiah comes up with it.
Able to pick it up, then a nice pass to Whipple. Using the wheels. Attacked by a couple defenders. And Michigan State going right the other way with it. Pushing it up.
5-on-3 break. A little fancy with it right there. Try to shovel pass it. Ended up costing them a fast break.
But it does not cost them the possession, as they will retain it.
Yeah, I think they're more than happy just to milk the clock a little bit. 4 minutes to go here. Doubling up on Indiana.
That's Foster with it and moving it behind the cage. Good off-ball movement from the Spartans. But Kenny is able to make a save on that shot.
I mean, he's let up 14 goals, but I still think Kenny's had a very solid day. And you
What
see why right
another
there.
play. ugly turnover from the Hoosiers, but then Kenny coming out of the cage to make a play. Doing everything he can to keep the ball out of the net. Had Neeson, just couldn't hang on to the pass.
Whipple with a delayed reaction there. Ball was free right in front of him, about 10 yards away. Just late to jump to it.
Foster spinning, driving, just kicks it back out to Bickford.
What a check from Baldwin.
R.C. Baldwin able to pick it up. And then wins it for the Hoosiers. A ground ball on the far side of the field. Michigan State picks it up. And I believe that was Luck who stepped out of bounds. So Indiana ball. A hard ride from the Spartans, one-on-one. And he buries it.
Kenny very frustrated. I mean, but not much you can really do right there.
Lots with an easy goal. With just 2:30 left. Michigan State up by 8. This one is all but over.
Feels like the Oprah Winfrey show right now for the Spartans. You gotta go, you gotta go. Everybody gets a go.
Where's that coming from?
It's been an unbelievable performance from this Michigan State team, in particular Rio on the face-off circle in the second half. Laying a hit on his own teammate there. Bartone. So just 2 minutes remain. Foster. Waiting for numbers. Pass over to Neeson. Spins. Back the other way now.
Yeah, you have the step on him. When you roll back, you immediately lose it.
And then a pass to the middle. And a great shot and a finish from Foster.
Yeah, they're letting him have it right now. I think Kenny has said, I've had enough, coach, as he heads to the sideline.
Just a minute 44.
Avery Spencer checking in for the Hoosiers at goalie.
And Rio, seemingly perfect on face-offs, has done an unbelievable job as a Fogo today and has propelled the Spartans to their massive lead. Davis coming in. And then Hannah. Got into the middle, shot, jump shot from Hannon. Puts another one on, and it's double-digit lead for Michigan State.
I think that'll all but do it. Shot clock now turned off, minute 5 to go.
What was a close game in the first half has turned into a barn burner just for Michigan State. They have unleashed a fury upon this Indiana team.
No Rio, but the Spartans still find a way to win the faceoff. The Achilles heel of this Hoosiers team today.
Everything going right for Michigan State in this second half and everything going wrong for the Hoosiers. That's a tough way to end the road trip here in Michigan. They will split after their win on Friday. Held forward by the Spartans. Just 30 seconds remain. Davis passing it down low.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Indiana. They stay at the 500 mark. 2 games left on the season. Back in action. It's not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday. As Indiana falls. 10-point deficit to Michigan State.
Final score of 17-7. As Michigan State wins on their senior day here in East Lansing. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. For Hoosiers Lax TV, Nick Abel and Joe Brennan signing off.